Hi everybody, I'm Sue and I'm from the Oralift team, and I'm going to show you how to fit your Oralift appliance today. I'm going to be doing it in real time, so you have to bear with me. I won't be able to speak when I've got the appliance in my mouth. Now, before you actually start to even consider the fitting process, there are a few things you have to think about first. You have to be confident that you know where the appliance is going to sit in the mouth, because you won't have time when you take it out of the water. The appliance cools down immediately, so you have to move swiftly. You don't have time to fiddle about and look in your mouth to see where it should sit. You should know this before you actually start. So this is what I'm going to do. I've got an unmolded appliance here, and I'm going to put it in my mouth, and it sits, the front of the appliance, this rounded bit, sits behind the front teeth, just inside, in there. It rests against the lower front teeth. The sides of the device, these bits, sit on top of your lower back teeth. The blocks are facing upwards. They face up towards your top teeth. And that's how the appliance will be in your mouth. Now, as I mentioned before, when you take the appliance out of the water, you need to know where it's going to go immediately, because you'll just have time. You just give it a little shake to get rid of the water and then put it straight into the mouth, as I've just described. Now, we always start with the 5mm device. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my kettle on, be a little bit noisy, and then we're going to actually mold this device in real time. So I've got my bowl. I've got my spoon. And what I'm going to do, when I've poured the water into the bowl, I'm going to put some Vaseline on my fingers and my fingertips and on the bit of the spoon where I'm going to pull the appliance out of the water, just so that in case it gets a little bit sticky, a little bit tacky, and you can easily take it off. It doesn't always get very sticky, but it's just in case that should happen. Right, it's really important that the kettle is allowed to come to a rapid boil. It has to be immediately boiled water. And then we'll pop the appliance in there. Some people ask, should the appliance be in the bowl as you put the water in? But no, follow the instructions on the app. I'll just pour the water into the bowl. I know you can't see this, but I am just pouring the boiling water into the bowl. Bowl of water, and the appliance is going in. So that takes 3.5 minutes, and I'm just timing that on my phone just now. That's fine. It's 3.5 minutes for the first molding, but if you have to ever do a remold, 2 minutes only in the water. So while that one is actually in the water, I'm going to have a practice with an unmolded device, and this is what you should do. I've got the smaller device, the 3mm. So I'm going to put it into my mouth with the front bit sitting behind the lower front teeth, that rounded bit. And the side bits with the blocks, they're going to sit on my back teeth with the blocks facing upwards towards my top teeth. So I'm going to practice this now. Perfect. Now, that long face that you saw when I had the appliance in the mouth, that sort of look, that's absolutely fine. That's what it should look like. And that's actually what your face will look like when you're doing your wear sessions. Some people may have a bigger stretch. Well, that's what we call it, the stretch. For me, actually, when the device is molded, it's not that noticeable, I don't think. But for some people, it's much more noticeable. They look like they've got a boiled sweet in their mouth. And that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. We're all different. Our faces are all different. Our mouths are all different. We all look different. And there's no problem with that whatsoever. I'm just keeping an eye on the time. We're just coming up to 2 minutes very shortly. So all the time the appliance is in the water, I'm thinking constantly, now, do I know what I'm doing when I take the appliance out? Well, yes, I do. I know that the appliance is going to go straight into the mouth. Just give it a quick shake when you take it out of the water, get rid of the excess. Pop it in. Now this front bit, it will just sit behind the bottom front teeth. You may feel you want to give it a little bit of a nudge or a mold very, very quickly, very slight. Don't waste any time, because every second that the appliance is out of the water, it becomes less malleable. It's cooling down the whole time. And we don't want that to happen, because you won't get a proper imprint of your teeth on the device, which is what we want to see. So we're just coming up to 3 minutes now. So hopefully, having had a few practices, you should feel confident about where the device is actually going to sit. So it's a case of out of the water, quick shake. You can even practice biting down on it on the unmolded appliance. It won't do anything. It won't do it any harm. But that's actually what you're going to do. So I'm just putting the Vaseline on my fingers and my spoon. And we're just coming up to 3.5 minutes. And as soon as I put the appliance in, I'm going to close my mouth and bite down. So I'm just taking it out now. Quick shake. I felt that was as much as I could do. I kept biting down, which you could probably see. Along the inside, the bit next to your tongue, I ran my tongue along it just to kind of smooth it off a bit. And on the outside, the bit that's when it's in your mouth, next to your cheeks, I smoothed that off with the palm of my hands. And that's all it takes. If I show you my device, hopefully you can see the imprints of my bottom teeth. There'll be nothing on the top, because obviously the blocks will prevent you from being able to do that. And it's as simple as that, really. I'm just looking at the sides of my device, well, the ends of my device, and you can see sometimes they flick up very slightly. In actual fact, I would say that's fine, and I would wear that device. That would be fine for use. Some people, they have a really big flick up, and it would need to be lowered. And the way that we would do that is we'd just immerse the end bits into boiling water for 2 minutes only. 3.5 minutes, the first molding, but any subsequent moldings, whether it's the whole device or just part of the device, 2 minutes, 2 minutes maximum. Now, to immerse the end only into the water, what I would do is I would use my bowl. I would use something like a spoon or a knife, just lay it across the bowl and pop the device to rest on it like that, and then fill the water up as far as the ends so that they become malleable. Then take it out, pop the appliance into the mouth, and with your fingers, just go down to each side and push that bit down to make it lower, or at least the same level as the blocks. So I'll put the device back into the mouth just to show you where it sits. And this is the molding device. You can see the imprints of my teeth on that. So And that's actually how you wear it for your wear sessions. You will pop the device in, just sits on top of the back teeth with the front bit behind your front lower teeth. And you'll keep your lips together, mouth closed. And the aim is always for the top teeth not to touch the blocks. That's what you'll be concentrating on doing. And that's what you'll be doing for your wear sessions. So there we have it, one molded device. Now, I know some people have a problem, especially when they start using Oralift. They have a problem with the device popping up. Perfectly normal, nothing to worry about. You can keep it in place with your tongue. And as your facial muscles start to relax, that popping up will become less and less. So that's absolutely fine. The other problem that people say, well, not a problem, but people often ask, what do I do with my tongue when I'm wearing the device? Well, that's fine too, because we don't actually tell you where your tongue should be. Your body will naturally dictate where your tongue should go. You have to do what's comfortable for you, what your body's telling you to do. For me, when I wear my device, my tongue sits on top of that front bit when it's behind the teeth, and it sits behind the upper teeth at the front. That's my comfortable position for my tongue. But everybody's different, and everybody will find their own comfortable position, which is absolutely fine. So there we have it, one molded device. I'll pop it in again just so that you can be sure. Simple. So I hope you found this useful. But if you have any questions, then please just let me know, and I'm more than happy to help. I want to help you all to get it right. So I hope to hear from you. Thank you.